Hello, thank you for joining us. This is the Davies Concert Series 51st season. We're here to listen to some very talented young musicians today. There are 5 young performers. They're going to be playing a wide variety of genres and pieces for you. Most of the composers on our recital today are still living, which you don't see very often, but we're so happy to see that. As a composer myself, I love when we have composers that are still living getting performed. It means good things for us composers who are working, right? So at this time, you know the drill, please silence your cell phone. You don't have to turn it off, but make sure it don't make any noise. If you would like a paper copy of the program, they are on the table in the back. There's also a table in the lobby that has some. There's also a QR code you can scan with your phone if you want a digital copy of the program to keep. It's also on our website, www.daviesconcertseries.com. Thank you all online for joining us. We're so happy to have you. And without further ado, we're going to start with Mr. Luke Wilkie. All right, thank you, Luke. Next up, we have Miss Deanna Blake. Come on up, Deanna. Deanna's going to be performing a piece by a composer who was born in 1989. You may know him better by his alias C418, and the title of the piece is a very popular video game, as a matter of fact, Minecraft. right, Deanna, thank you. If you're not familiar with that game or that piece of music, it sounds so much like Satie to me. If anyone's familiar with Eric Satie's music, it sounds very much like Satie's Gymnal PD #1 to me. Look it up, it's a great piece. Next up, we have Miss Amelia Wilkie. We'll be playing the saxophone transcription of a famous piece published posthumously by Franz Schubert, and you might recognize it. So let's give Amelia a hand. So Amelia and Luke are siblings, and they're going to play a duet together. As those of I have a sibling myself, I have a twin, and the number of times my mother had us sing or play together, we should have been paid for it. But we're going to move on to a piece that, if you're a theater fan, you're going to recognize by Andrew Lloyd Webber, this Phantom of the Opera. Thank you, guys. That was beautiful. I'm going to come up here and grab a stand. Next up, we've got a piece by John Rutter, who is British, which is funny because the piece is 3 American miniatures. So this is a English person's take on what American music is. So we have Haley and Aaron performing Rutter's 3 American miniatures. Thank you, Haley and Aaron. That was Three American Miniatures by John Rutter. So all of these youngsters, in the most affectionate way I can say that. Amelia, don't look at me like that. But these kids are all being paid for their performance today, and we wouldn't be able to do that in the Davies Concert Series without donor support. So if you can spare a few dollars for the Davies Concert Series, there's a QR code on the back of your program you can use to donate to the series. The money that you donate, like I said, goes toward our performers, it goes toward maintaining the piano, it goes toward continuing to be able to put on these wonderful concerts every year for the past 51 years and hopefully for another 51 or more in the future. So thank you for that. We've got one more item on the program. The wonderful thing about young musicians is they grow up to be big musicians. So we're going to meet a few big musicians now. My colleagues, Ben Bush, Jerry Barrett, and Dave Twyman. We're going to move some furniture around. But once we're all set up, we'll talk a little bit more. All right, so here we are. We are the formerly Young Artists Quartet. None of us are young anymore. The average age of our student performers is 15. Hey, Ben, what year did you turn 15? 2013. I turned 15 in 2004. How about you, Dave? Jerry? 1945.
Let me say, take a yes that he turned 15 at one point.
You turned 15 at one point. You're not 15 anymore, right, Jerry?
Nixon was in office.
President Nixon was in office when Dave turned 15. So there you go. As I said before, the great thing about young musicians is they grow up to be big musicians. We were all student musicians once, and we wouldn't still be doing this if we didn't love it, right? Right. So we're going to play two pieces for you today. We're going to be playing persiflage, which means, I did look this up, it's sort of cheerful banter. It's a word that means cheerful banter. And it was written by Alistair Parnell for the 10th anniversary of the Persiflage Saxophone Quartet. We're going to pretend Dave is a saxophone. It's fine. And then the second piece we're going to play for you is a little thing that I know Ben and I grew up listening to on repeat. It's from the Nintendo Wii. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy Formerly Young Artists.